If Isak joins Liverpool, the Premier League title race is over, and I think we're going to officially enter a new era of Liverpool dominance. And this Isak transfer might have a huge domino effect on football as a whole. Because if Isak joins Liverpool, Liverpool's getting the best striker, bar maybe Erling Haaland, in the Premier League. He had 29 goal involvements in 34 matches, if I'm not mistaken. And that's after adding Ekitike, who was supposed to be, if they didn't get Isak, mind you, a starting striker for Liverpool, which would already be a massive upgrade from Darwin Núñez. So imagine you have Darwin Núñez and you get Ekitike. The whole world is thinking, okay, now they've upgraded their striker. And then they do one more and they go, no, let's get the best striker in the Premier League. They get Alexander Isak. And Liverpool, quite simply put, they dominated the Premier League last season. They almost beat the champions of Europe in Paris Saint-Germain. I would say Villa gave them a better challenge, but nonetheless, they put up a relatively good fight against PSG. And now going into this season, they have an improved squad. They got new fullbacks. I think they were very strategic and smart in replacing Andy Robertson. Obviously, Trent asked to leave, and getting Frimpong was a really good signing. Getting the best player or the best young talent in the Bundesliga and Florian Wirtz was a great signing. Getting Ekitike, a young talented striker from the Bundesliga, was a good signing. And now they're going for Isak. They've made their team that much better that no matter what signing City does, what signing Arsenal does, what signing any Big Six team does, no one's going to be able to compete with Liverpool. That's my opinion, and I hate to say that as a United fan. And the reason why I think it might be the start of a new era for Liverpool specifically is because the only person who's dominated the Premier League in the last few years is obviously Pep. But Pep's contract expires in 2027. So if Liverpool wins this next season, and they beat obviously another year of Pep being in the league, that'll mean there's 1 year left with Pep being in the league. And if he leaves, someone who's known for always having league dominance, and Liverpool again wins this upcoming season, that'll be Slot going 2 for 2. It'll be 1 year left of Pep. And even if Pep wins that final year, but Slot obviously still stays for more years to come, I just don't see who would be able to knock Liverpool off their high horse. I'm going to be biased and argue that maybe Ruben Amorim could, and this is going to be his first full season. So maybe we might see a huge stride this season, and hopefully if things can shape up better with the finances at United, they can further invest for Ruben and in the upcoming years. But this Liverpool project already started really good with winning the Premier League, and it can continue for further years. And Isak going to Liverpool obviously has caused a domino effect, because it makes me wonder, would Ekitike have still gone to Liverpool had they gotten Isak first? I truly don't know. I mean, it would be hard to turn down Liverpool, but maybe Ekitike would have been like, no, I should go to Newcastle because then I'll get more playing time. But nonetheless, that has turned Newcastle United to go look at Benjamin Sesko. Another way this transfer might have been influenced even from the start of the summer, even well before the start of the summer potentially, is Isak and Gyökeres. And you might be thinking, how? Gyökeres is Swedish, so is Isak. I'm assuming they're friends. I'm assuming they contact each other and whatnot. They probably both know they wanted to leave their clubs and join a new team this summer. And the Gyökeres saga took so long, and Arsenal was so focused on them. And before this year, Arsenal was always linked to Alexander Isak. And it makes me think, okay, well, what if they decided, Gyökeres said, whoever, I don't know how they might have decided this, but Gyökeres was like, hey, I want to make my transfer. Because if they both announce that they want to leave at the same time, it would force one of them to choose a striker. So let's say Arsenal chose Isak. What would that leave Gyökeres? Who would be going for Gyökeres? Would United still be going for Gyökeres? Because the fact that he chose Arsenal over United, where his coach is at United, or old coach I should say, makes me wonder, okay, like maybe he did truly all along just want Arsenal. Obviously it turned out that way, and that's what he said. But in that sense, it might have impacted that. Because what if Isak did join Arsenal? Gyökeres, would he go to Liverpool? Would he go to United? How would that work? Would Liverpool only get Ekitike? We'll obviously never know, but I think there might actually be something there because it just makes perfect sense. Imagine 2 Swedish strikers saying they want to go to new teams in the same season, and their transfers get in the way of each other because they're both strikers. Imagine how awkward that would be when they go to the national team. It would be pretty crazy in my opinion. But nonetheless, I do think this Isak transfer obviously has impacted a lot of teams. It's impacted the league. I would have liked for Isak to stay at Newcastle. I think it'd be pretty cool for Newcastle to try and build something to make the league even that much more competitive. The league's already really competitive. I mean, Mikel Arteta said there's 8 teams that could win it next year. I think that's an exaggeration. I do think it's between 2 or 3. But that top 8 can really damage each other in dictating who's going to win the Premier League. And on the topic of strikers, as of today, United is inquiring about Šeško, asking about the terms of the deals, and Fabrizio has already reported, because Newcastle has already, to my understanding, said they would pay the transfer fee that Leipzig is looking for, and they already presented the project to Šeško, but he has this next week to decide, is what my understanding is from watching Fabrizio Romano. But he's also said that they have a gentleman's agreement, Leipzig and Šeško, that if there's a team he prefers to go to, Leipzig will reduce the price by 10 million, not including add-ons, is what my understanding was. So if Sesko does prefer United, United could offer up to 10 million euros or pounds. I wasn't sure what the currency was, less than maybe what Newcastle was basically going to bid, which is good news for United, because if he's choosing to go to a team over another, I mean, that's always a thing you want in your strikers. You want them to, not even just strikers, but players, you want them to go to the team they want to be at and not just move just to move. Those are things I guess we'll truly never know, because it's been reported so many times when a player goes to a new club, oh, this was my childhood dream, or this was my dream club. Was it really? Or did it become a dream club because it helped you get out of your current team? I guess we'll never know. But let me know what you think about everything that we just talked about. Leave it in the comments, and I'll see you guys for the next video.